Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I did these 3D unicorn cloud nails using the newest Holo Taco Unicorn Dream collection. I haven't really touched regular nail polish ever since I discovered gel polish, but I thought the collection was so beautiful I had to get my hands on it. So if you guys want to see how I did these nails, then keep on watching. I have to say the Unicorn Dream collection box has been my absolute favorite collection box out of all the Holo Taco collections. The box is just so beautiful. All the polishes in this collection are just absolutely stunning. I won't be swatching all of them in this video as I'll be focusing on the nail art I did. Starting off with Holo Taco Long Lasting Base, and these are not my natural nails. Obviously, these are soft gel extensions because my natural nails right now are very short. After the base coat has dried, I'm going in with a white nail polish as a base to the ombre I will be doing later on. I'm using Color Club's One Step French Tip. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on the Holo Taco Not Milky White, but this Color Club one is pretty good. It does remind me a bit of whiteout though, to be honest. And for my nail barrier, I'm actually using a peel-off face mask. I'm taking a separate clean brush to apply the peel-off face mask around my nail. It dries pretty quickly, and as a little added bonus, it moisturizes your skin. Next, I'm taking Holo Taco What Do You Pink and Holo Taco Cyantific. Cyantific, hands down, is probably one of my favorite polishes, not only from the collection, but just from Holo Taco in general. It's so beautiful. I don't think I own any blue like this. Anyways, I'm taking a clean makeup sponge and creating a pink and blue ombre. And if you blend the pink and blue together, you kind of get this lavender shade in between. So to start off the ombre, I'm just rolling the sponge on, and then I'm cutting off the used portion of the sponge to start fresh. I just find this gets me the best results because sometimes I notice if you keep on using the same old surface of the sponge, some of the bits of the sponge will actually transfer to your nail and it'll just create a lot of unwanted texture. What's also really important when creating sponge gradients is you want each layer to dry. Now, because they are very thin layers, you don't have to let them dry for too long, maybe just like a minute or so, but it is important to let it dry or else you will pick up the previous layer when you go in with your new layer of nail polish. I think I did about 4 or 5 coats in general, and as you can see here, I'm just bouncing the sponge up and down to create a nice blend between the pink and blue. Once I'm satisfied with the blend and opacity, I am going to remove the peel-off face mask, and I'm going to take a cleanup brush dipped into some acetone to clean up the edges just to make things look neater. Next, I'm applying a layer of scattered Holo Taco. I just love scattered Holo Taco. It adds that nice holographic touch without overpowering the design or colors. And once scattered Holo Taco has dried, I'm going in with a quick dry top coat just to seal everything in and to prepare the nails for the other designs I'll be putting on top. I'm using Lunar unicorn skin, which is just so beautiful, and I'm going to apply it to a sponge to create a glitter gradient. So I'm applying majority of the flakes towards the upper third of the nail. Then I'm wiping off the excess product from the brush, and I'm going to dry brush the glitter flakes to create that gradient glitter effect. Then I'm just repeating the same process on my pinky finger. Things did get a little messy, so I'm just taking a Q-tip dipped in some acetone to remove the glitter from my skin. Then I am using the flaky Holo Taco and layering it on top of the unicorn skin. I just find the combination of hollow flakes and iridescent flakes is so beautiful, and I think it just adds so much more dimension to the unicorn flakes. And once again, I'm applying majority of the glitter to the cuticle and dragging the remaining product down. For the 3D unicorn finger, I'm taking some very thick Topcoat. Now, I ordered this one almost 2 years ago, so as expected, it's very old and thick, which is actually what I need for the 3D horns I'm doing. My top coat is pretty thick, and if yours isn't as thick as mine, you can just apply some out and let it dry out for a bit, but as you can see, mine is pretty thick, and I'm using a liner brush to pick up the top coat, and I'm going to apply it in a diagonal stripe across my nail, and I just did a little bit of a curve to kind of give it some pizzazz. Even though we're working with very thick layers of top coat, because the formula is quick drying, I found it didn't take that much time for each stripe to dry. To prevent the top coat from flattening, you want to flip over your nails and let gravity do its thing, so you can achieve that 3D unicorn horn effect. If you find it gets difficult to paint these stripes, you can clean your brush in between. And I would say I spent about 30 seconds to a minute letting my nail dry upside down, and again, it dries pretty quickly to my surprise. Instead of putting the top coat onto a palette and then using my brush to pick it up, I decided to just take the top coat straight from the brush applicator, and that worked fine for me because my top coat consistency was already super thick. And while the ring and thumb finger are drying, I'm going to apply some top coat to the index and pinky fingers that we did earlier. While I am using the Seche top coat here, I do prefer the Holo Taco Super Glossy Taco more. I think it is the better top coat, but as you saw earlier, my Super Glossy Taco was just way too thick. So I'm just using my Seche one because that's what I had. Then I checked back on my 3D unicorn nails and I decided it could be a bit more 3D, so I'm taking another layer of thick top coat and adding more height to each stripe from earlier. And I'm repeating the same exact process from earlier. It really is key to flip over your nails to let the top coat dry in between, or else it will flatten out. Before I apply the top coat, I'm making sure that the 3D stripes have completely dried. I'm taking the regular glossy taco. I find this one is a lot thinner than traditional quick dry top coats, which is actually what I'm looking for this specific design. I found that regular top coat would kind of swallow up the 3D design and it wouldn't be as noticeable, but because this is a thinner formula, I can still seal in the nail with top coat without losing the definition from the 3D stripes. But the top coat still helps smooth out any imperfections. Next up, for the cloud nails, I'm taking some regular nail polish remover. I found acetone was just a little too strong, and I'm taking a Milky white nail polish, and it's much thinner and sheerer than the white I was using earlier, but that actually makes it easier to paint clouds in my opinion. And I'm taking a makeup smudger brush and a dotting tool. I'm taking some of the Milky polish and just applying it to a palette, then I'm taking the dotting tool, dipping it into the white and getting an idea of the size of the circles the dotting tool creates. Then I'm dotting on this cloud pattern as you see in the video. And taking the brush, dipping it into nail polish remover, and dragging down the white dots to create that cloud look. I'm repeating the same exact process, dotting the white polish. This cloud shape reminds me of the left skewed distributions. I took statistics a long time ago, but that's like the best way I can describe the shape. And then for the cloud right underneath it, I guess it's skewed to the right. And yeah, once again, just dotting it and then taking my brush dipped into nail polish remover and just feathering things out. You don't want your brush to be too saturated with nail polish remover because you don't want the nail polish remover to eat through the top coat and then the gradient layer underneath. Then you can see here I'm adding to the clouds. I'm kind of like adding a second layer underneath the first layer of the clouds I did. I'm not the best at explaining how to paint clouds onto your nails, but hopefully you guys get an idea of what I'm doing through the video. Then I decided to add some additional touches with a tiny detail brush. It helps if you have a reference picture of clouds to just look at and adjust the nails as you see fit. I'm stippling some white with a brush just to make things look more cloudy. As a word of caution, you have to be very careful when applying the top coat. I ended up redoing this nail twice because each time I applied top coat, it smudged the clouds and ruined everything. And yes, I still ended up smudging the nails and I was so close to starting over again, but I just ended up accepting it. I really recommend letting the white clouds dry for at least an hour and floating your brush when applying top coat. Extra bonus step, but I'm taking some of this rainbow transparent foil. It kind of reminded me of the box. And to adhere foil, you need nail foil glue. I'm applying the foil glue to the nail and the top coat has dried completely at this point. You want to let the nail glue dry for about 3 to 5 minutes to get tacky. Applying nail foil can be a little tricky, so there is the front side of the foil, and hopefully you can see it's just the much more vibrant one. And then the back side isn't quite as vibrant, and you want the front side of the foil facing you when you're applying the foil to the nail. And once the glue has dried to a tacky finish, you want to go ahead and transfer the foil onto your nail. And voila, you get that really cool foil finish. If there are any areas you missed, you can just take some of the untransferred foil and transfer that to the parts of the nail that did not get the foil from earlier. Now it is tricky to use foil with regular nail polish because regular top coat on top of the nail foil will just ruin the finish. So what I do is I apply another layer of the foil glue as a barrier between the foil and the top coat. You can also use something like the Holo Taco Peely base, or you can even use clear Elmer's glue. I did a video on it years ago that I'll link in the description bar. But either way, all of these are water-based formulas that will prevent regular top coat from marring the foil finish. Unfortunately, because it is a water-based formula, as you wash your hands and take a shower, do the dishes, the foil layer will eventually disintegrate, and at most you can get a week of wear before the foil just doesn't look pretty anymore. I'm finishing things off with the final layer of top coat, and these are all the finished nails. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and follow me on my other socials like Instagram and TikTok. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I haven't used regular nail polish in years, so this video was a bit of a challenge, but it was also a nice flashback to my old nail art days. See you guys in the next video.